Well, hey, welcome everyone to Unsorted. It's a podcast about life, Lego, and all the stuff in between. You know, where the flavor collects. Speaking of flavor, this is a spicy one. This podcast contains adult language and subjects, adult subjects, because no one told us we couldn't. My name is Joe from Skylab Bricks. I'm coming to you from the beautiful post-industrial husk of New Bedford, Massachusetts. Don't worry, we are no longer the whaling capital of the world. Looking at you, Finland. Stay classy. Anyway, I can't do this by myself. That would be embarrassing. Or I could just sit here and talk forever by myself. But that wouldn't be as entertaining. So I have two co-hosts with me today. First, I'm pleased to introduce... he is famous for leading the RAF paratrooper raid into war-torn Akron, Ohio, to recover several magical Egyptian artifacts that England rightfully stole from Egypt. He is the Brickkeeper, Sam Jones. Somewhere.
Hello, good. What? Wait, what?
You don't remember? You don't remember that?
I must have been asleep during that raid, which is highly possible because, you know, I don't really pay attention to much anyway.
Look, if you've never been to Akron, Ohio, you could sleep through it quite easily.
I mean, where is Akron, Ohio?
Good question.
I mean, I don't. I know where Ohio is, and
it's in the middle of Ohio. Way to keep the top secret level of everything you participated in there, under wraps.
Oh, you know me, mate.
Yeah.
I'm good at just bullshitting.
Yeah. Okay. One more person to introduce here. He is Welsh. He hates stickers. He's a little teapot, short and stout. Here is his handle. Here is his dirty, dirty mouth. He's cut the craggle.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
Good. How are you doing, man?
I'm just a bit confused. What exactly is a teapot? We don't have those over here.
What? Oh, wait.
Seriously,
Sorry.
right before we went live,
No.
Joe asked us if we had the nursery rhyme, I'm a little teapot. He asked an Englishman whether there's a nursery rhyme called a little teapot.
Yes, I know you guys call it a kettle, but...
No,
we have teapots.
Okay.
The kettle is what you boil the water in. The
Okay.
teapot is what you allow the tea to brew in, and then you pour it out of.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
I don't even drink tea, and I know that. I'm not even English, and I know that.
I thought people with vaguely UK accents had to drink tea for some reason. I thought that was like an essential...
Yeah, but I'm a bad boy, so what you know.
I mean, some people
Rebel without a cause.
Rebel without a cause.
Sure. Yes. Thanks, AJ. Americans know how to teabag. Yes. Those of us who played Halo in our 20s and teens.
Oh, I think we all did that because.
Oh yeah. Teabag. Anyway, guys, this is awesome. Thanks for joining me. Glad to have you here. I'm going to kick you out and call it a day. Anyway. We also want to say hi and thank you to everyone for joining us in the chat. If you're listening to this as a podcast, feel free to join us when we record live, and you too can make sarcastic comments and make fun of us. I hope. Anyway, are you guys ready for something super funny?
You're not going to get naked again, are you?
If only. No, I'm gonna try to use PowerPoint again.
Oh dear. Oh.
Please, I'd rather the nudes.
Okay. Well, we'll try this because, despite our best efforts, it is time for the goddamn game.
you've got some moves, you have, Joe, haven't you? You really have.
Yeah. Okay. Can y'all see that? Actually, I need to
No,
share
you're
my
not
screen,
sharing
don't I?
anything.
Yeah, you need to share the screen first. There we go. 5 minutes, 47 seconds. Someone write that
Five
down.
minutes for okay. All
It'd be
right.
funnier if we could see it and he hadn't shared it. Like we just hacked into his computer.
You just okay. Yep, I'm working on it. Hold on.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do use PowerPoint for
Yeah.
all of our slides.
Well, yeah.
And for all our
Let's
games.
just clarify the "we" in that statement, please.
Yeah.
I'll admit I use PowerPoint.
I don't know if you want me to add that to the stage because at the moment, if I do, we'll see literally every single slide.
Mm-hmm. But are you seeing this or?
I'm seeing literally PowerPoint with all the controls and the
Okay.
slides down the side.
All
so you
right.
need to share the full screen version of it.
I mean, as long as we're not seeing Inception and seeing ourselves again like we have before, that's great.
Yep. See this.
I'm an electrical engineer and I'm really good at PowerPoint.
No. I never said that. I never said that. Thank you.
Did
very
I
much.
mention I play bass guitar?
Okay, fine. This is what
Life's
you
been
get.
hard since they stopped making X-Men films.
This is what you get. This is what you get, you piece of shit. Okay. Can you see that?
Whee!
Yay!
Yeah,
Okay.
look at that.
So today we're going to play a game, the goddamn game, called Literally Anything. The rules
Why
to
do
this
Americans pronounce everything really, what's it called? Phonetically, but when they say literally, they pronounce the T as a D.
That's a good question.
I guess I didn't hear him. Ah!
Joe is now not. Oh, there's the Inception.
Whoa!
What?
What is happening?
Okay. Can you
And
see
to
this?
think
guys?
he was like worried about you having issues.
I mean, I know.
Today's game is called Literally Anything. The rules are the parts of this game change rules and types to literally anything at any point because I feel like it. And rules don't count, but humor does. So you are going to be scored on how well you answer on some of these. And
Okay.
Is that arbitrary? Yeah, it is arbitrary because this is literally anything.
Oh, dear.
Okay, you guys ready?
No.
No.
This little too bad. This little part is called Know Thy Brother. Sam, in my introduction to Craggle, I used the nursery rhyme. I'm a little teapot. Now,
Yes.
what does Craggle shout when he gets all steamed up? And what comes out when you tip him over?
I'd just like to say that Crag only has one G. Thank you very much.
I would like to say, shut the fuck up. You just lost a point.
Yeah, but you spelled it two
Yay!
different ways in two different
I'm
boxes.
just I know.
I'm already in second
Negative.
place.
I'm just kidding. You haven't lost a point. We're just giving Sam time to think.
What does Craggle shout
That's
when he
always
gets all
dangerous.
steamed up? I could tell you, but I don't kiss and tell, mate. Honestly.
He just leaks nudes on the internet.
Okay. All right. You know what? That's legitimate. But what comes out of him when you tip him over?
The only answer I've got for you there is, again, I don't kiss and tell, but if you really must know, Lego potato juice.
I love how I used potato juice once, and now you two have just latched onto it like a
mate.
baby taking milk for the first time from the mother's tit.
Oh, mate. It's not just even on the stream, it's in day-to-day life as well.
Oh my god! You use potato juice?
I've said this for years. It's not even the new thing. I guess it's just the first time you've heard me say it. So it's quite
Yeah, I
funny
think
that
it
I'm
is.
still bringing joy to people's lives, even at
Oh,
my
man.
ripe old age.
Which is what? 23? How old are you?
Oh, thank you. Checks in the post.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, Sam. Craggle.
Hello.
In my introduction for Sam, I mentioned that he was on a raid to re-steal an artifact stolen from Egypt, as the British Empire was/is known to do. Sorry. What Lego-based powers did this magical item accidentally bestow upon him? And what was the title of the 1980s children's cartoon based on this wacky set of events?
I'm gonna say it bestowed upon him the brick-based power, Lego-based power. The Lego-based power to detach his bottom jaw and spew out a torrent of yellow 2x4s at his enemies. And the cartoon was called Samiana Jones and the Temple of Gloom.
Okay. I think you both get a point for that. Okay. All right. Okay.
I got 2 points because that's technically 2 questions.
Yeah, I guess so. But you both got 2 points, so.
Oh.
Actually, I don't know. Sam's was kind of a cop-out because he answered the same thing for both.
It was a massive cop-out.
Oh, no. Okay, Craggle 2 points, Sam 1 point.
Fine.
Fine.
Fine. Not going to argue.
Okay, do I need to re-explain the rule of Jeopardy? You have to answer.
We
in
don't
the form
have
of a
it in the
question.
UK, but I'm
Okay.
aware of what it is.
You have to answer in the form of a question. Okay, this city has a major headquarters for such companies as Vicor Power Electronics, Bain Capital, and Lego. Which one of you is going to answer?
I mean, the capital or the headquarters for Lego is in Billund, but that's pretty much anything. That's the only thing that's there. They don't have anything else, so it can't be that.
Mm-hmm. I did say a major headquarters. Oh, I thought this would be easier. Do you need a hint? Another company...
I don't even know what the other 2 are.
Okay, well, I work with Vicor a lot. Bain Capital is the company that is owned by
is that the company
Mitt
that
Romney?
Batman's enemy set up when he wanted to go straight and get off Venom?
Almost.
Okay.
It's the company owned by Mitt Romney, former presidential candidate for the United States.
Who the fuck is Mitt Romney?
Where is Akron, Ohio?
No. Wow, I thought this would be easier. Okay.
Where is... I'm an electrical engineer.
Where is... Shut the fuck up. I'm going to give you a hint. Another company that
Honey, where's my pants?
Where's my pants? Another company based here is... They make little robot dogs that you see all over the internet and is named after the city.
Where is Boston?
There we go. Where is Boston? Good job, guys.
Would that even answer that question, though? Where is Boston? This city has a major headquarters for such companies as Vicor Power Electronics, Bain Capital, and Lego. I mean, if I was asking for directions, I don't think that would be helpful.
I thought I would say Lego and immediately give it away. I was going to say Boston Dynamics is also stationed
I feel like
there,
you're overestimating just how important America is to the rest of the world.
Okay, well, the next question, what is Boston? Next question, stupid opinion for stupid questions. Craggle, you here's your opportunity. What is Boston?
Shithole.
Well, it's the city in Liar Liar that the ginger dopey guy wants to take Jim Carrey's ex-wife and son to.
You are correct, because the answer to this is literally anything.
Boston is literally anything.
So that I get a point as well then.
You do, because you answered correctly. I would answer it.
Boston it's also the setting for The Departed, which is an awesome film.
Oh, great film. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I was going to say Boston is the worst city to drive into on a Wednesday afternoon. God damn, that was awful. Anyway, so continuing stupid opinion for stupid points. What will be the first Lego Friends UCS set? Craggle, you go first.
I'm basically gonna take Jack's answer and say the first Lego Friends UCS set will be the largest teapot since 1775.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, can hear you now.
Okay. That's wonderful. I love that, Craggle. Sam, what's your opinion?
It will be a replica of Joe's house with a pool, and it will have a friend's mini dolls of Joe and his family, which you can then put in the pool and drown.
So essentially, it's a Sims set.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, good. All right.
I can't read this name that David Austin has just put on there without hearing Johnny Five from Short Circuit going, Stephanie! Stephanie!
Okay, what will the last Lego Friends UCS set be?
Oh, was Joe talking then?
Yeah, evidently.
Really? You can't hear me? God
No,
damn.
we can hear
You keep
you.
cutting out. You just freeze. Did you
don't like
forget
it.
to pay the internet again? Are you
we
resorting
didn't.
to stealing your neighbor's Wi-Fi?
It wouldn't be working at all if I did. So okay. Can you hear me now?
No.
Yes.
You bastard.
Sorry, the correct answer was unfortunately.
What will
Okay.
the last Lego Friends use yet?
Yeah.
Okay. What will
What-
be the last?
Yeah.
I got you.
What will cause this to end?
A UCS 100,000 brick model of Joe and his formerly sexually repressed wife going at it like a couple of rabbits on top of a UCS Millennium Falcon, whilst Mitt Romney watches drinking from the UCS teapot.
That's a lot of images that I don't
That-
really need.
I don't think that would have been released.
You think they might have, got through a few censorship checks with that?
It got through a few checks there. Sam, what is your opinion?
I think the last one will be the as pre-described house, replica of Joe's house and his family. Because once you've tried to drown his family, that's never gonna. They'll never do another UCS set again.
So, in other words, it is the first and last.
Yeah. That.
Okay.
I just love that Joe's wife Emily in the chat when I said about my idea, but I'd buy that.
I think she'd be the only one. And bless her for that. Okay. Trivia. Ready, guys?
No.
Okay, cool. We don't have to. What was the first Lego minifig?
Was
Anyone.
it just a
I mean,
Lego
that's
minifig?
difficult because what qualifies as an actual minifig? Because they did figures before the version that we know now.
What was the first of what could be considered a what we see as a minifig nowadays? It actually looks like remarkably the same.
I mean, if we're saying like actual minifig, I believe it's the police officer, because I can't remember what series it was, but there was one of the CMF series where they did a classic police officer as like not the chase, but the special celebration minifig.
Okay.
Sam, do you want to counter with an answer, or
Was it a construction worker, or was it a man?
It was a man of some sort. You're right, Craggle. It was set number 600. It was a police officer and a little police car.
Yay.
Now, for bonus points, do either of you know what year this set was released?
Oh.
I did, but I don't
Okay.
now. I can't remember now.
Okay.
75?
I'm gonna say
Ooh.
80 something.
80 something.
Yeah.
That's not a number, but okay.
1982.
1882. Okay. That's when I was born, Craggle. You're mixing dates up. No.
Oh,
So,
damn.
I'm
forgot
going to
your
go with
birthday.
Sam on this one. He was the closest. It was 1978. Now, I want you to think
What
about
did he
this.
say?
He said 75. So he was the closest.
Oh, yeah.
You went over. Yep. Now, I want you to think about this, guys. What don't they want you to know about this? Did Skylab deorbit in 1979 as an act of resistance against the introduction of the minifig? Huh? Coincidence? It is blender shaped. Anyway, any thoughts on that?
What is Skylab?
That should just win. That answer should just win. I'm
Craggle.
happy to let Craggle win based on that alone.
Joe's face. He's like, I've just destroyed his entire bedrock of existence.
What is Skylab? That's brilliant.
No, this is not Jeopardy rule. Okay, all right, fine. Here's the last
Hang on,
one.
Joe.
What?
Do me a
What?
favour. Can you go back a slide?
Yeah.
Oh my word, you've spelt your own thing wrong.
Did I?
Yeah, Sky
Oh my
Calab.
god! I did. I spelled Skylab Sky. Lab.
Also, that picture just makes me want to sing "Somebody Save Me."
Good song.
What? Please don't sing. And what is that you are trying to sing?
I was trying my best to crucify the epic theme tune to Smallville, which Sam would appreciate. And it opens up with meteor shower descending down upon planet Earth, and it looks a lot like that image.
Okay.
Sam gets it.
I get
Alright.
it. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
And that's the point, isn't it? Okay. Last question. Trivia. What is monomethyl hydrazine used for? A. Dielectric insulator for electrical printed circuit boards. B. It's a bipropellant rocket fuel. C. Stabilizer used in plastic bricks such as Lego. Or D. A food additive that is illegal in the EU but not China or North America. Craggle, what is your answer?
D.
D. Okay. Sam, what is your answer?
It's got to be B, hasn't it? It's got to be rocket fuel.
B?
It can't be B because it's got mono in there. Mono means one, and the rocket fuel says bi, which means two.
Yeah, but this is science, and science is shit, and has stupid reasonings for things. So I'm just going B.
You're right. It is B. It is.
I was just
It is
guessing.
a hypergolic rocket fuel. Yeah, it's a hypergolic rocket fuel. When you mix it together with nitrogen tetroxide, they just explode.
Oh,
That's
so
what it
it's
means
mixed
by
with something
bipropellant.
else then.
Yep.
So B should say one component of bipropellant rocket fuel.
You are right. Yes, and Sam gets a point for that. Craggle still pulls out ahead, man, by 1 point.
That's fine.
No jokes
I-
about me always pulling out first, Sam. No jokes, please.
Jesus.
I wasn't gonna reveal anything about that, Craggle. Don't want to let everybody into behind the bedroom door.
And Craggle, I've told you this 1,000 times, and I'm sure Sam has too. You can't get him pregnant. You don't have to pull out.
It's a
Start
chance
shouting.
I'm not willing to take.
Just start shouting, "Leave it in!"
Leave it in.
I
it
just
in.
want
Okay.
to reference AJ's comment there, Jack Ratz's comment about is Lego still the largest manufacturer of tires numerically? I believe that was just for 1 year in 2014. It has now been surpassed by regular tire manufacturers,
Is it
unfortunately.
really?
But yes, it
I
was
thought it was
because
more than 1 year. I thought it was.
well, I think went from 2014 for me just like 2016. It just had that little period of where because of the amount of sets they were doing and that had rubber
That's
in them.
true. In all fairness, they don't actually produce as much. According to this, though, it says as of March 2025, 3rd of March, they still produce 300 million tiny rubber tires annually, more than any
Jesus,
other tire company, including Michelin, Bridgestone, and Goodyear.
That doesn't
Yeah.
include Pirelli.
Interesting.
I don't know how many Pirelli do though. I'll help
I
my
don't know,
sources.
but
They could be.
But yeah, that's a lot of tires.
Sam's trying to get a job.
Oh, what with a tire
Pirelli.
manufacturer? Okay.
Oh no, I don't want to go to work for Pirelli. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, that was my
Too much rubber.
That was
involved.
my horrifyingly misspelled and frenetic goddamn game for the day. Congratulations, Craggle. You won. It was completely arbitrary.
I love how there wasn't any build up either to the reveal who won.
I got a drum roll button and everything, and you've just you've just fucked it. No, you fucked it.
No, I already. You know what? The funny thing is, I already said it. I already said that Craggle won. I was just trying to wrap it all up. Okay, everybody on the podiums. Who's getting first place? Drum roll, please. God, that is annoying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Craggle
The
won.
sound of your voice.
Okay, fine.
Wouldn't it be funny if there was a button on StreamYard that allowed me just to freeze people, and I was doing that to Joe and he didn't realize?
That would be so funny.
You know what? That would actually be pretty funny. Okay, so one of the things we wanted to talk about today, guys, we kind of already hit on it last week, but we got more solid confirmation of this week, and that is Pokemon or animal cruelty : the game, or Skinnerbox : collect all the things, you mindless biscuit, or if you're on the internet way too much, Pokophilia: an introduction to furries.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Question: what is Skylab?
God damn it. It was a space station launched in 1973, built off of this upper stage of a Saturn V. Shut up, Craggle!
Oh, dear.
Okay, so the big news is that Pokemon is coming to Lego, which is the death of Mega Bloks. But before we discuss that a little more, have you guys ever heard of the Pokemon War theory?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay, yeah, I
It's
just
the
thought
idea
this was
that
fascinating.
before Pokemon Gen 1, there was some big massive war that wiped out most of the adult population, basically.
Yeah. Basically all the adult men in what, Kanto? Is that how you pronounce it? Anyway.
Yep.
All of the adult men are gone. They're either in organized crime or they're gym leaders. And there's a significant lack of entertainment venues and religious or cultural buildings because they were all destroyed during the war. And the war is mentioned several times in the game.
There's a few references to some war. I think initially it's because obviously it's a Japanese game, and I think it's meant to be some sort of vague reference, not to any particular past war, but to some of the history of the country having
Right.
war throughout its long history. But this theory has only grown with each new release of Pokemon. Seems to back it up.
Yeah.
Again,
I do kind of think now, are the developers in on it, and whether or not it was meant to be, what was in their heads when they first came up with the game, are they leaning that way now just because of how
Right.
popular this theory's become?
I just love fan theories like this that just take something seemingly normal and just blow it way out of proportion. But Yeah,
Well, there's
and-
also the idea of why we capture Pokemon is the idea that Pokemon used to be caught and trained for battle in wars.
Right.
And like
Yep.
now using them in gyms and stuff for sport is kind of basically a way of, I don't know, ciphering off the sort of big war tendencies of the population into something a bit more, recreational.
I mean, imagine if you imagine if our artillery were sentient, and now that the war's over, they're just walking around fields eating grass. You've got a howitzer out there, just kind of like walking around.
I mean, they used pigeons during the war, and now you can't go Trafalgar Square without them being everywhere. So,
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Good point.
I mean, they use dolphins to plant bombs on submarines. Now you can go on
Okay,
holiday
yeah.
to swim with dolphins as part of like therapy or something, So
Yeah, okay.
let's not like mock fiction for predicting what happens with wars. You've seen the prequels. You see what's happening in
I know.
America right now.
Why? What's happening? Our news.
It began with the taxation of
I'm
trade
just
routes.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, anyway, so that being said, I did go to the Lego website because I wanted to see what Lego themselves said. So if you go to the Lego's website, here's their page. Go to any Lego website, and down there in the lower right hand corner, they have a link, Lego Pokemon TM. It's it's there. It's not a huge link, but it's there ready for you to go and find more information. And this is the website it takes you to, or the page. Lego Pokemon, coming soon. Electrify your imagination in 2026 and get ready to build something we've never built with Lego bricks before. That's it. No other links.
I love
That's
how
all they're
we've
saying.
never built with Lego bricks before. That disclaimer, because you might have built it with Mega Constructs bricks before.
Yep.
I gotta say, I'm a
so-
little bit nervous, to be honest with you, because we were only talking about this the other week, and I remember Pokemon was one of the IPs that Sam said might get him to try out Mega Constructs, and
Yeah.
it's one that my missus has built a few sets of, and they're good sets. But one of the things that makes their buildable Pokemon better than what I would expect Lego to do is that they do use some unique pieces, but they also use printed pieces, and you just know Lego are going to use a lot of stickers on these sets.
That's
yeah.
the thing. I think I said that in the group chat. I was like, because there was a post from or a reply to a comment from Mattel who said, as of December 2025, we are not doing any more Pokemon sets at all. We don't have the license anymore, which obviously confirms it's a full move over to Lego. And I was just like, please don't fuck this up, Lego. There's just one of those things that's like, it's got a potential to be such a good, set and IP for Lego in terms you can rival Star Wars, and they've just not got to fuck it up. If they fuck it up and start shoving stickers
Well, you mean like they do
everywhere,
with Super Mario?
yeah.
Wait, but did they?
I mean, they're still making the sets, but like apparently they
Right.
sell horribly. Like I see
Really?
the brick building ones now. They still insist on doing some variation. The Mario Kart stuff, which everyone was asking for, but we were asking for, like the Mighty Micro style sets. Instead, they gave us a variation of the Brick Builder core sets. They are just warming shelves. They're already reduced everywhere I go, and people just aren't buying them. But then one thing I did think though,
Interesting.
because the thing with Pokemon is that it's not exclusively owned by Nintendo. It is a joint venture with Game Freak and the Pokemon Company.
Right.
So that might be why it's been a while, because Mega Constructs, I don't think, have released any new sets for about a year. They've had sets on the shelves, but they haven't released anything new. So I'm guessing maybe it was in negotiation. And the reason why Lego are announcing it now, but not releasing a set for another year is because they've got to get stuff.
They have to wind down at Mega, and Lego has to wind up.
But
I mean,
I realized the other day when I was building a Sonic set that every single Lego Sonic the Hedgehog set has printed pieces. Not a single sticker, no matter how small it is. The only ones that had stickers was the Lego Ideas set.
Yes, yeah, it did, and that is still the bane of my fucking existence.
Yeah. But the actual, when they made it into a theme, they're all printed pieces. And I wonder if that's because Sega were like, okay, it's part of the terms of doing it.
Right. Like, if we're going to give you this license, you have to make sure they're not cheap-ass stickered Lego sets, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially because there was so many complaints about the Ideas one, and Sega are a bit funny, particularly in recent years, about the Sonic IP. They even delisted a bunch of games that had negative reviews on them ahead of Sonic 3 coming out. So I can see them being like, look, you can make our Sonic sets, but we're not having a fiasco where everyone complains about stickers again. Now, if the Pokemon Company and Game Freak and, to a lesser extent Nintendo, have the same clause with Pokemon, we could have printed pieces, which would be fantastic.
Would be. And I'm just slightly annoyed that if that was a clause that was in Sega's contract, why didn't they just extend it to fucking 1x1s? I mean,
it's true though, because it makes no sense that Lego depends so much on these stickers, particularly in sets that cost 3 figures. By the way, Lord of the Rings Bag End is going to have stickers.
Craig, we are all just waiting for you to put together an episode where it's just Sam and I just step back and it's you just screaming into your microphone about stickers, just freaking. Just don't tempt me.
You joke. I will do that.
I fully know that you will, and we're waiting for it.
Yeah, but I think we're all in the same corner. That's the thing. There is between all three of us, we hate them.
We hate the stickers.
But at the same time, I don't know of anybody that I speak to about Lego who actually goes, "Oh, stickers are alright,"
I mean, I know one person, and honestly, their reasoning for it is shocking. I wonder why I maintain a friendship with this person, and they give you 2 reasons. One is putting stickers on Lego bricks helps the enrichment of the experience for a child. When you know that most kids will get their parents to put the stickers on. How is putting stickers on any more enriching than actually putting bricks together? Oh, and secondly, it allows you to not have the choice to not put the stickers on and use the bricks for other things, which I get if it's a smaller set or a set that has a lot of, same pieces in perhaps. But when you're paying triple figures for something like Rivendell, you're not buying that to part out, are you?
God. You just keep hitting on the same pain points. I'm sorry, man. Do you need therapy?
Honestly,
yes, but that's a different matter.
That's besides the point.
It's no better in Barad-dûr, I can assure you. By the way.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I'll add one in there too, Craggle. Maybe just a small one. If Lego doesn't spend the resources to make these printed bricks, maybe they spend more resources into making more sets instead of having to make.
That's bullshit. We've seen Megaton trucks and stuff do printed pieces. Also, I'd just like to say that this week, Lego have announced record profits.
Really?
They have enough money to make printed pieces.
Yeah. No. They gotta give the investors that sweet kickback. Anyway, you bring up a great.
I've never felt so attacked by a comment before. Does anyone dare read out Jack's comment?
I'll do it. AJ, he says stickers can help quickly diagnose your child with autism or OCD, and I'm not going to argue on any particular.
No,
point
I feel oddly attacked knowing that I do have OCD.
Oh my word, Emily.
My dear.
Would you like to read
the
comment by your wife?
My dear sweet wife says listening to this podcast can help quickly diagnose yourself with autism or OCD, and might I add, sweetie, ADHD.
Is that going to be our tagline?
Might I also add sexual perversion?
This is a long tagline, guys.
Yes. We got to write that down verbatim. That's our first shirt.
Unsorted podcast. Listening to this can help quickly diagnose autism or OCD.
Or ADHD. Uh, the thing I was going to bring up is we were talking about Lego has a really good opportunity here, like they did with Star Wars. Let's not screw it up like EA did with their exclusive contract with Star Wars about making video games.
Ugh.
They had an exclusive contract and they came out with what? 2? They were handed the ball, or for you guys, sorry, the ball was kicked to them and they immediately did a face plant. Just right on the field.
I mean, this is a problem. Like I played the first of the new Star Wars Battlefronts that EA did, and I will say at the time it was one of the most visually beautiful games going. Now, when I saw it behind the scenes, they took trips around the world to locations that had the sort of climate of Tatooine and Hoth and stuff, and the reference material they got. I thought, wow, they put so much effort into that. Why couldn't they put that much effort into the actual gameplay and the actual content of the game? Visually, it was stunning, and the sound design also was really good. And then the second one came out, and they were like, "Hey, we've even put a story mode into this." The story was well, it had one moment in there which I thought, "Wow, that's cool." The rest of it was garbage, and that one wasn't even good to look at. Somehow, it looked worse than the one that came before it.
Yeah, and as someone who I fell out of playing online games a long time ago because nothing makes you feel worse than hearing a fifth grader say the most racist things to you. I'm not interested in multiplayer only games. Like, make a good player, you idiots. I mean, I grew up. Sorry, I know this is kind of a digression from Lego, but like I grew up with some really good Star Wars games. I know Neely's listening. Like we had X-Wing and TIE Fighter and Rogue Squadron and
Bounty Hunter.
I never played that one.
Dark Forces.
Dark Forces, the
Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast.
Yep.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Star Wars Demolition was. I know that got a bad rep, but that was loads of fun.
Okay.
Split screen multiplayer, that was a great game.
Yeah.
They had so the thing is, even with the Star Wars games that came from LucasArts, even when they were rough, they had a charm about them that you just don't get with modern Star Wars games.
What was it? Rebel Assault?
Yeah.
Which was like it was live act, or it was gameplay, and then the cutscenes were live action. They were just so cheesy and bad, and it was just like, I love it. I love this. But
Jedi Power Battles. In all fairness, that's just got a re-release as a port, I think. But what bugs me about it is that when Jedi Power Battles came out, Mace Windu hadn't lit up his lightsaber on screen because it came out when Episode 1, was released. And the figure for Mace Windu that came out before the film had him with a blue lightsaber. So Jedi Power Battles had him with a blue lightsaber. And when it came out in Attack of the Clones, they had a purple one. I always liked the charm of Mace Windu having a blue one in that game. And then what they've done when they've re-released it is they've changed it, even on the box art, to having a purple one. And I don't know why, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Leave
it's
it.
kind of like, if I can get purple bladed lightsaber Mace Windu anywhere, I want blue bladed lightsaber Mace Windu in that game,
Wow. Hey, Sam, just never accuse Craggle of being nitpicky.
Oh, no.
No. OCD, huh?
Anybody remember they had a strategy, like, if you will, base building game, Star Wars Force Commander?
Yes.
I
only ever played
I remember
it once.
Galactic Battlegrounds.
Empire
I was like Age of
War
Empires
as well.
type one. Yeah, Clone Campaigns.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know what that has to do with Lego Mind, but
They're just reliving the glory days.
It's just you have some of these companies that get an IP, or I mean, in the case of LucasArts, it was their IP, but they just get these, this IP, and then they're like, we won, and then they immediately drop the ball. They just face plant on the field, or the hockey arena if you're Canadian, and Pokemon's not my thing. It never has been. Like I don't like that kind of. That's not my jam. You know, those old Star Wars games we're talking about. Those were the things I was obsessed with.
I'm not being funny.
But-
When you said Pokemon wasn't your thing, the despair in Sam's eyes then. You're going down a path I can't follow.
I can't follow.
Yeah.
No,
breaking
but what
my
I'm saying
heart.
is, as a nerd who loves certain IP, I understand how much people love Pokemon. Lego, do you understand what you're grabbing here? Do you understand?
That's
Wait, do
literally
you
it.
understand what you're grabbing here?
Yeah,
That sounds like something you said to Emily on your first night as a married couple.
Wasn't just the first night, Craggle. It was last night too.
Do you understand what you're grabbing here?
let's see. Of the many things we said last night, honey, was that something that we did say? Anyway. Yeah, Lego, do you have any idea the forces you are unleashing here by taking over Pokemon? Like,
Yeah.
This is it.
And-
There's a lot of people who are going to sit there and literally judge Lego for the next 10 years
I tell you
based
what,
on
though,
what this happens.
yep.
It
yep.
does make me wonder if there's more happening behind the scenes now with Mattel, who I didn't realize until recently bought up Mega, and they've had it for a few years now. With them launching the Mattel Brick Shop and Mega Constructs losing Pokemon, which was their big thing, they've said they're not doing any more Halo, which again was like the main thing for Mega Constructs for years.
Oh.
It feels like Mega Constructs might just be going down, and Mattel are doing some sort of big reshuffling with getting rid of the Mega brand and just doing Mattel's Brick Shop. We've seen the Hot Wheels one that Sam showed pictures of.
That's entirely possible. They might not even be like getting. They might be using the same people, the same buildings, the same equipment. They're just rebranding it as Mattel. Yeah.
I think
I
that's
can
what it
see
is. I
that.
think Mega might just be wiped away because they've also actually, Spacetime mentioned it to me that they lost Star Trek because that was the other. I was trying to think that there was like when they did like the teaser for Pokemon without revealing any sets, just a little brick built Pikachu tail. I was thinking there is another IP which they said is coming next year, and we didn't get anything, any glimpses of it, just the announcement. And I couldn't think what it was, and it's Star Trek.
It's Star Trek, yeah.
Because they're on about a UCS scale enterprise or something like that, aren't they?
So
and
Mega have lost Pokemon, Star Trek, and we don't know if they've lost it, but they said they're not making any more Halo. What have they got going for them?
Can you imagine a brick-built Halo? Oh
my God. That'd be amazing. Yeah, and as someone who
Pillar
often
of
says
Autumn.
that my... What?
Sam is just creaming his
Pillar of
pants right
Autumn.
now.
Yeah. He is moving his arms really like... No.
Either
We need to
Claire's
see
under
your
the
hands.
table.
Sam, we need to see your hands.
Show us
Where's
your hands!
Claire?
That's
Claire!
one! We can see both hands!
Surrender. Yeah. As someone who often describes their ethics and values as somewhere in between Jean-Luc Picard and Calvin and Hobbes, like Star Trek: The Next Generation is like huge to me as a kid. Like,
Who's Calvin and Hobbes?
you need to shut your
I
goddamn
definitely
mouth,
don't know.
Greg.
I'm asking the question.
What?
Calvin and Hobbes, is that the film that The Rock did with Jason Statham, the Fast and Furious spin-off?
Oh, yeah, that was Hobbs and Shaw, mate.
Oh, that was Hobbes and Shaw, okay. So who's Calvin and Hobbes?
Oh my God.
I know
Joe's
Jean-Luc
best mate.
Picard. I've seen Star Trek First Contact. That was a great film.
Oh, that was a lovely
You
film.
have to tell me you're kidding.
I'm not a Star Trek. I'm not. Was it a Trekkie? I'm not a Trekkie. I don't. My
don't
knowledge
know-
of Star Trek is exclusively some of the films, and when I was very little, I watched
stop,
reruns of the old
stop.
60s series.
Stop, Craggle. Stop.
I think you've triggered him, Craggle.
Calvin and Hobbes is one of the greatest comics of all times. It's about a 6-year-old boy and a stuffed tiger who come to life. You have never heard of Calvin and Hobbes?
Have you heard of Calvin and Hobbes, Sam?
No.
What the hell?
I think it's got to be some American thing. Oh wait, is it the one? Is it the image of the boy and the tiger walking across a log?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that image. I don't know where it's from because I have like a spoof T-shirt I'm wearing right now, which has Beetlejuice and Lydia, as you know, from the cartoon series, in that kind of pose. But yeah, I didn't know what Calvin and Hobbes was.
I have a shirt that's literally Han Solo and Chewbacca in the form of Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, I've
and
seen
it
loads
says,
like that. I didn't know what
"Han
it
and
was
Chewie."
referencing. Like, you know, but yeah, I just thought it was a cool image.
Joe, do you need
Now
5 minutes?
yes, Emily, you are correct. We are now now we understand why we are fundamentally incompatible with
I mean,
Kragan.
in all fairness, do you know who Super Ted is?
Who cares? You don't know who Calvin and Hobbes is.
Okay,
But this is my point. Calvin and Hobbes is obviously something very American.
Okay.
Do you know any Welsh cartoons? Do you know Fireman
I
Sam?
don't. Yes, of course I do.
Oh, Fireman
No.
Sam. I've lost so many hours of my childhood watching that.
Anyway, we're a Lego podcast, and we're going to talk about bass guitars next. Who knows?
Do you know Banana Man?
Bananas in pajamas?
No, but I know
No,
bananas
Banana
and
Man.
pajamas.
I'm not talking about Sam's nickname.
Yep. Good night, everybody. David, I don't know. I don't know if that's exclusively American, but it would make sense.
I honestly thought you were talking about
Okay.
two characters from Star Trek.
Nope. Calvin
and
and
Hobbes is a daily American comic strip that was in a newspaper. Well, we don't get American newspapers. So how the fuck would we
Yeah.
know what that is?
But it really gained a lot of prevalence within
Within America.
everything. Okay. Wait. Oh, that's some news, David. Snoopy is coming to Lego.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
announced in the latest Lego Ideas review. To be fair,
Interesting.
apart from
Okay.
the Wallace and Gromit, I gotta say, I wasn't impressed with much of the entries in this round.
Really?
I
Huh,
saw the
yeah.
winners and I was like, really? Is that the best? And I looked at the entries for the review and I was like, oh, they really were.
They really were the best this time.
You know, compared to when we looked at that 90s contest and we were like,
Oh my God.
nothing
Yeah.
here is shit. They're all good. When I looked at the last review, I was like, shit. Also
It's all
shit.
Sam, you look like you have a strong opinion on the Buffy.
don't
Buffy, on
don't
the
get
Buffy
me
Lego sets.
started on.
I can't
those-
believe that is it. If anyone don't know, they've also, alongside the main Lego Ideas thing, they do contests with a theme, and they've done 2 rounds of 90s, and they've allowed the same designer to enter virtually the same submission based on Buffy the Vampire Slayer's library in both rounds, and they're both in the finalists.
And
So we could
it's
end up
both-
having 2 slightly different Buffy sets.
and it's both shit. They publicly
But Sam,
put it on their
tell
Facebook
me how you
page.
actually feel.
We looked at what must have been hundreds of entries in that
Yeah.
episode, and
Yeah.
we came across 8 different libraries, and every single library, other than that original one, was better. I mean, there was one with vampire dust. That is just so freaking cool. I know it doesn't sort of prescribe to Lego's themes or whatever,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Buffy doesn't in the first place.
Are you okay if I share results? Joe, I know it's
Go
your
for it, man.
stream.
Rock and roll, man. Do it.
Is that
I was too busy trying to come up with things for literally anything. So Oh, okay.
So these are the ones.
Lego Snoopy and Woodstock roasting marshmallows around a fire. It's cute. I like it. And
It looks like
an
the
otter.
otter is waving
its
at you while
back.
pleasuring himself.
It does
Hey,
look
I
a
said
little
we
bit
weren't
dodgy,
going to
but-
talk about. I said we weren't going to talk anything more about pokophilia. I think we need to move on from this one.
Why does he have a lightsaber hilt for his nose?
It works.
Does it?
I mean, if the shoe fits, you know.
Yeah, Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I just think.
Well, now I know.
I mean, I'm probably
Now I
going to
know not-
upset someone. The designer might even be listening to this, but I just think they both look shit.
Well, now I know. Now I know not to fuck with any otters. They got a
He's got a
lightsaber
lightsaber for a nose.
You've got Wolverine claws for whiskers, and all fairness, that works. It's just
That works. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
and they've also introduced this new thing. Do you know before sometimes in results they've had a thing where they've said, "Oh, we're not saying no, but we're not saying yes yet. We need to review this some more."
Uh-huh.
They've brought in
Yeah.
the parking lot feature, and they've put in this Tintin rocket
it looks good.
and Downton Abbey
Get fucked.
as,
I mean,
on the parking lot.
okay. I mean, it looks like it belongs in the architecture series. It looks really good.
Visually looks good.
Yeah.
You know,
I reckon they'd do that as a facade. I reckon.
They probably would. You're right.
Well, this is the one that are currently coming.
Interesting. Huh.
But yeah,
Well-
where was the actual list of this round? I'm trying to think where was the round results.
Well, yeah, Snoopy. They've not done Snoopy before, but that would actually be really interesting. Wait, Snoopy's an American comic, and you guys know about that one?
There was a cartoon series that was released internationally, though. I think.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, man. Yeah, that was kind of worldwide. Yeah, Tintin was a worldwide comic because wasn't the dude from like Denmark or something?
Think
The guy
so.
who made Tintin?
I think so. But that Tintin rocket's been doing the rounds for quite a while because it's been in the results for. It's never quite made the mark in each one. It's always got 10,000. It's always gone to review, but it's never then progressed much more than review. So hopefully, this new parking lot feature, whatever they call it, will actually enable it to progress a little bit more.
Okay. Controversial question for you guys.
Go
When
for
you
it.
watched the Tintin movie, was that Uncanny Valley to you? Did it make you want to like vomit?
Oh
looking
yeah,
at
I
the
couldn't
people's
watch that.
faces?
I watched
All
about 5 minutes of it on the plane, and I was like, "This is creepy."
Okay.
By the way, these are the. Was it,
I didn't
how
hear
many-
Sam's answer on that one.
You
Did
don't
you?
want my answer on that.
Okay. No, I do. I'm curious. I'm not going to make fun of you. Well, I am probably, but you enjoyed it.
No.
Give me. No, you didn't. Okay. All right.
These are the 35 ones that there were to pick from.
Okay.
Tetris.
Tetris.
I mean, the Wednesday room they've literally just made with mini dolls. So that was straight out. That wasn't going to happen.
What's this? Is this a Voyager 2?
Yeah,
is
I was
that?
going to say that's a Voyager probe
That
next
looks
to
really
the
cool.
Next to
Yeah,
the
the probe
DJ
with-
deck.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. It's got
It
little
looks like
planets in a
Voyager
line.
2.
Yeah, it's a Voyager 2 space probe launched
I mean,
in
who the fuck
the
wants
80s.
Coldplay's Lego? Come on.
Emily, don't say anything. Emily, don't say anything.
Don't say anything, Unicorn.
This
Girl.
one feels like it would be better on the Bricklink designer program. That one there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks like a little Western sort of.
Wallace and Gromit,
yeah,
I'm
just
dying for
bar.
this set of the orange
See-
rocket, but I would want like molded headpieces like the Simpsons, you know?
Okay.
Joe, it surprises me
What?
that you've not commented on the very fabulous looking combine harvester down there.
Sure.
It's
It looks
Technic.
great.
It'd probably be Technic. It's your thing, right?
I will say these bluey ones look better than the actual set that was released. Obviously, this wasn't going to happen because they've just done a whole bluey theme.
Yeah.
But
Right.
these brick built, normally I always prefer minifigures over brick built figures, but these look fantastic.
Can you click on that and
Let's see, what can I find?
or is that?
Oh, wait a
no,
sec.
you can't.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, this one wasn't going to get made because they literally just made this. What the hell is that?
Jesus, AJ, don't.
Well, that one is called The Loneliest of Voyager, the one you guys were looking at.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not being funny, but that seems a little bit out of scale to these.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right, Craigle. It is out of scale. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that Bluey set does look a lot better than the.
I would 100% buy this over the
Yeah.
actual official sets. I probably was a little bit
Yeah.
harsh when I said everything on here was shit. There is some good stuff on here,
Oh,
actually.
there's some good stuff.
Yeah.
It all looks really cool. Yeah.
This
They
in
even
particular,
have Unicorse. That is hilarious.
this is so much better than the actual Bluey set. Oh man, I'm
And
addicted
this
Those
to
are
it now.
stickers, though.
And this is what's frustrating about it, right? Because this is what I'm pretty sure we're all worried about they're going to do with Pokemon. Is they're going to release something that is subpar by miles, and yet they've got ideas like this sat on their ideas website that are infinitely better. You own the IP to that because once someone posts it on ideas, it's Legos. Just copy it.
That's why I've never submitted any of my things to Lego.
So they would have to be
Ideas, 'cause it's
stickers going over multiple pieces, but they could
Yeah.
easily substitute that with actually printing. I reckon this
Yeah.
with a little bit of creative thinking on there, they could print this
Uh-huh.
across pieces, and this would look fabulous.
or that could be a 2x4 tile or 2x6
Yeah.
tile or whatever.
They look
Yeah.
so much better. Even the house looks better.
The house looks banging.
Monkey Scout, I salute you. You did a better job
Yeah.
than the official designers for Bluey.
Good job, Monkey Scout.
Hey, he's got a shout out on a very famous
Yeah.
Lego
Yeah.
podcast.
Fuck off.
Wait! No, go up one. Gravity Falls. I gotta show this to Clark. That's fucking amazing.
I don't even know
Clark
what that
Red-
is.
Clark randomly got into Gravity Falls. It was a show that was on the Disney Channel for just a couple seasons, and it's like X-Files for kids. It's surprisingly dark and weird, like really weird. I think you guys would enjoy it, but
Yeah, no one wants this. Coldplay.
I mean,
Coldplay.
you're taking
Don't
your
say
life in
anything,
your own
Emily.
hands there, mate. I tell you. You really are.
This
I'm kidding.
looks
No,
pretty cool.
When Emily and I were first dating, she was way into Coldplay, but
Oh, well, explains why she went out with you. She had a
I know,
fetish
seriously.
for whiny bullshit.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Oh, dear.
God damn, I love you, Craggle, but you just wow.
How's
Wait,
that
go
marriage
back down.
looking, Joe? Still
What do you want to
growing?
look at?
The whale. That's actually pretty cool.
It's crap.
Okay, keep going then, you piece of garbage.
I mean, this is good, but this kind of thing I don't think is ever going to get approved
I'm
on Lego
sorry.
Ideas.
Sam, I forgot. He is from Wales. He can be a little more picky about whale things.
Oh, Joe.
Ooh.
They've already approved a claw machine, right? So that wasn't going to get picked.
He's just ignoring me, and I love it.
Ignoring you.
It's just wonderful.
Oh, sorry, Craggle. Can you scroll back down just to a little bit more, just after that camera? All that. I like the look of that hydroelectric power plant. I know
Yeah.
it sounds weird. It does actually look
it's.
quite
No.
detailed and quite nice.
Yeah.
I bet you one of those guys is an electrical engineer. It looks very
Oh, for fuck's
steampunk-ish.
I take it back because looking at these, I don't think they are shit. I think a lot of these are unlikely to get made as actual sets. They're more mocks than sets. But really,
Yeah.
they're not shit. So I apologize for my
Earlier,
my earlier
outburst.
abuse.
I mean, that
That's
Arsenal
okay, man.
Football Club one, that is shit.
Well, because the football stadium sets sold so well, didn't they?
Yeah.
This one again is not shit. It's cool, but this is a kind of thing that I would expect to see like at a like a brick
Yeah.
festival.
Yeah,
It's a kind
so
of
it's
display
a-
thing as opposed to an
it's a
actual
ma-
set.
For those of you who are listening, it's a mallard, but it's brick built, which not many people do nowadays. Not many people do the whole just they
Exposed
used
stud,
curved
yeah.
pieces instead of like this is all exposed studs, and I'll give it that much. It's kind of a classic look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
yeah.
got a classic vibe to it.
Yeah. Excuse his dad jokes. Okay. Anyway. No, those are all some of them are really good, but it's also like now we know if we like one of those, we're not going to be able to find instructions for them because they've submitted it to Lego Ideas. Wow. I just had a brain fart. That's okay. That's my entire life. Oh, there goes those thoughts. I really like this idea of the sign off for our show is we just gave you ADHD. Or what were we saying before? Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: the Unsorted podcast can diagnose literally anything.
I think Joe has that what's it called? That memory disease.
By the time I'm done finishing talking to you
again?
guys, autism. No,
you know the memory disease.
Yeah. That one where you forget everything. What is it, Craggle? What is it, Craggle?
Fuck you! I was trying to make a joke, and neither of you answered me, so I couldn't do the joke. Fuck you, bastards! You just had to say one word to set me up for a great joke.
Is it Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's. That's not memory disease. Why would you mention that?
Is it really bad? That
totally not worth it now. Fuck you!
I couldn't remember the name of it.
Oh, he did. Sam, he left. He left us. What do? We have nobody to make furious.
Oh, he's probably furious. He's furious with us.
It's okay. Well, hey, let's sign off before he gets back. Because no, I'm kidding. Come back, Craggle. We love you. Come back. Oh, there he is. Okay. Well, I was gonna say we are past our hour.
That's standard nowadays, right? Are we averaging on hour 20? I think.
Yeah,
give or take.
Yeah.
Well, maybe do you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about, or
something's happening next week, Sam? I can't think what it is.
And do you know what? I think I've got that memory disease because I can't remember either.
Because you're getting old. Because it's your birthday.
No, I feel like when you were trying to think of an idea for today's stream, you could have hinged it all on Sam's birthday. It could have been the Brickkeeper's birthday bash. We could have had fun and games and taken a mick out of him and gone, "This is your life" and all that kind of stuff. You could have got Claire to reveal embarrassing facts or something like that. Instead, it was literally anything.
Okay, I failed.
Yeah,
I failed.
You got to wait another 365 days now before you can do it again.
Do you know what the funny thing is? When Joe said, "Oh, I'm struggling for ideas," I said, "Literally, just make the stream about abusing me because it's my birthday." That was the first idea I gave him.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday, Sam Jones.
That would
AJ
be
has just
yeah.
That is the best recommendation. Craggle pops out of a cake nude. But it's his cartoon face. It's not his real face. It's cartoon, just like superimposed.
I was tragically born without a face.
Tragically born.
This podcast is really diagnose whether you have a face or not.
I think Emily said it correct. It's all real except his face is.
Isn't that a website like the rival to OnlyFans? Only faces.
Yes. Did you start that one?
No, I started another one called Only Feces.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
What the? I don't like.
You can tell we've gone over now.
Anyway, just say it's over. This is done. Sam, happy birthday.
We can't
Sincerely,
sing Happy
man.
Birthday because it
Yeah,
technically
happy
is
birthday.
copyrighted, so we would have to pay if you sung it. So we'll just say Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday.
You don't look
Sam. You don't want
a
to hear
day
me
over
singing.
43.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody feel it.
Neither do I. Wait,
Thank you both.
are you allowed? How old are you turning, Sam? If you want to share, no.
34.
You should have said something like old enough to do it often, young enough to do it right. No, the other way around.
I'm definitely both of those. I mean, I could.
I'm old
I can
enough
get
to
you
forget how to
reviews
do
and
it.
feedback if
Which
you.
hole do I put it in again?
If you want
want to have
feedback and
sex? I
reviews,
said we
I know
had
someone
sex
I
last
can.
week.
No, you're forgetting. That was last year.
What is this strange woman doing in my bed?
Okay.
She's my wife? I've never seen her before in my life.
I really wish we could mute someone, Sam.
I don't have that button.
Yeah, I know. All you have is fuck off, right?
No, I don't. Actually, I don't even have that. I should have put that in.
Oh, okay. All right.
That would have
Well,
been a good idea.
Anyway, everyone.
Fuck off! That was tight.
Yes.
There we go. That was it. Okay. If you have joined us because you thought this was a Lego podcast, well, joke's on you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you to everyone in the chat who showed up. AJ, Emily, David, Neely, Mrs. Craggle, Unicorn Doris. Thank you. Did I say David already? Thank you for showing up. Sam Jones, happy birthday. Why don't you go first? Plug your pluggables. Give us what you got.
Oh, thanks, guys. So I'm Sam Jones. I'm the Brick Keeper. Yes, today is my birthday. I do nothing special. I'm going to go have some popcorn and have a wee piece of cake after this. You can find all my stuff on Etsy. We've got instructions on how to put a Stargate, a big rocket, a big blue box, some dirt farm, some other cars, some ectomobiles, all designed by these great people on this stream. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well if you really want. But what I'd really like is you to pay attention to this podcast, subscribe and follow this podcast on whatever platform you do choose to listen to it on. And you know what? Can you leave us a review? Give us 4 stars, 5 stars, write a comment.
No.
Just...
It's 5 stars only, man. 5 stars only.
5 stars only. Just share the love and just tell
What
people
happens if
that
they
this
give
thing is
5
here.
1-star
Because
reviews? Does that count as a 5-star?
that's not the same. I would like 5 stars as a single review, please. Please leave us some comments, reviews. Give us let us know, if you're enjoying it, and we'll see you again next time, maybe. But if you're in the UK and you're free next Saturday, pop along to the ICC at Newport in Wales. It's going to be big. Going to be big, I tell you.
Sure it is. And Craggle, plug your pluggables. What have you got going on, man?
So I am Kurt the Craggle. You can find me on YouTube, where I've produced 0 content in the last 6 months, but I have got a few things I'm working on. So hopefully, I'm not going to give a time frame because I don't know when they're going to be ready, but there is new content in the works. You can also follow me on Instagram. I was made aware that I haven't posted on there for a while, but I do regularly update my stories, so check out that. You'll find updates on there and some of the stuff that I'm up to. You can also go to my website, cutthecraggle.com, which is my store where I sell my custom little plastic people. I know Joe is a big fan of them. I also have stickers. The stickers are also available on Etsy. The minifigures are available exclusively on my website. And as Sam alluded to, on Saturday the 29th, that's a week today, we are going to be at the Newport Brick Festival in the ICC at the Celtic Manor Resort in Newport, and we're going to be displaying some of our mocks and creations. So come on down, say hello, have a look at some of our builds from years gone by. In my case, some of Sam's more recent stuff and better stuff. You know, I'm going to be displaying next to him for emotional support, but that might backfire when everyone realizes what a crap builder I am in comparison to him. But hey, who's got the bigger dick? Also him, but let's not go there. So yeah, please do come and see us if you can. I'm hoping it's going to be a great day. And yeah, I got nothing. Over to you, Joe.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm Joe from Skylab Bricks. Come follow me on Instagram. Now on Facebook again. And I did it. I achieved my New Year's resolution. I went back onto Facebook and immediately regretted it. Anyway, I sell instructions for space history stuff and Star Wars stuff. Come see me on Etsy and on Rebrickable, where you can find my really huge, oversized designs. Yes. I will be releasing something very big this weekend if Studio would stop trying to get me to kill it. But besides that, like I said, follow me on Instagram. I usually try to post often. And thanks everyone for joining us. We forget to mention sometimes that the editing on this podcast and a lot of the podcast related stuff is actually taken care of by Sam, which we could probably call our producer. Good job, Sam. Thank you very much for all you do. Thanks everyone for joining us. If you had a little weird feeling in your tummy while you were watching, chances are you just got diagnosed with ADHD, OCD, or autism, but we can't do that officially for you. Yeah. Okay. Well, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on Unsorted. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.